Touch the Water, a volume of sonnets and other poems. By Billy McBride. Copyright 2019, by William McBride. All rights reserved. 1. Anonymous lawyers played it all for truth. Periods of work and a storm of money. For a banal space reveals that the light is funny. Red cherries dress the room of a booth. Red parents and our parents' vocabularies. Methinketh of their kindness to build the green. A fool storms by their forgotten gleam. As an icy final artful moon tarries. But nothing's on the rivers to hear clear. I miss the bawling out, the days in a ring. Lines separated, of a world sorrowed sing. The falling is over. Tired of paradise drear? My delightful sister has a soul for rum. To wander out romantic and save our kingdom come. Angel Aura with me. 2. This, the end of the poem's end roots. A rock as the poem with its grey, at the end. A few trees, where 4 little beavers bend. In chilly water to save their spring's lutes. Mid the song which is sore to save. Or pleasantly reading, sore on the hand. What the fire reveals on the stained spring land. Is a human shine, a watered space to have. The colors of a ship of an evening banal. Anonymous as day, teaching the heart. For a king's reward with a power weather dart. Built for danger, is that circled flow canal. The morning is a child, the night a father's place. Both have taught a nonsense in their flying palace. Angel Teresa with me. 3. In the fruits of a cloud-white dusk. The old sunset's eye is smug. The moon-golden birds of the island are snug. With wings spring the Platonists, thin the tusk. Of the future loosed for its light teachings. Of a grassy west where it's natural to dream. Of a natural happiness, ladies' circles seem to shake their talk for silent ladies' reachings. Meeting with the answer, enchanted by life. Departing with patience, clearing the vine. To save the wine as God's vessels are fine. Old elves hear the weeping of every wife. A musical truth to bugle out for power. Rock, a cedar paradise, one sore flower. Angel Thrickbot with me. 4. A new monumental rainbow waits. After ugly weather, calling in time. Children to the air, a skyward hymn climb. They frolic in delight where a first sun baits. The mountain waterloop perfect for the soul. A formal music for heaven's master. With little shrieks pull for their future faster. Till the palace underground, the sick to death hurl. Stalls the way dried up of any meaning. The island in the sea is a matter to drink. That marginal thunderbird, a funny dip, think. How the horses scatter on the green quick leaning. To the month's barrier as we read endlessly soon. In the better reward of a better moon. Angel Teresa with me. 5. A prevalent mountain upon vacation. Olympus forever seems a perfect fit. Some winning athlete might struggle with it. In train and test climbing for an education. A dealer at sea is a sunshine healer. An offshore play to get us back to land. The morning's light sheet, now vegging on the sand. Escapes the orb for sea to flee that dealer. Like a heavenly bee who from her comb has gone. And by flight, the insect, buzzing to her bloom. Delights in the sweet rum, hungry in her loom. As delicious to taste as the apples on the lawn. Backbone of the poem, a yard felt out. With poetic courage which the valiant belt out. Angel Thrickbot with me. 6. Happy to weep, a stupid king. Finally wounded, brushing the glen. Will ease to reality, whether, death, when. A little rainbow space for his words to bring. To little beings, the soul of the earl. Shelves of raintops and their white end. The elegant earl, from his high meaning sent. A common snow talk lost in the whirl of no care months, time has teenaged. The critics, marginal, white-lipped, clear. The palace, relinquished model thunderbird steer. The fishing eagle yet has its truth uncaged. In years tied up, giving Venice its feather. Ets of raspberries, a chrysanthemum's weather. Angel thrickbot with me. 7. Methinketh of the sky in a corny war. A boundless danger, a genius, a flame. A godless war, the day's music, all the same. The widow trust to swish the air and soar. Boom the backbone, or stall another dream. Save your name at the stop at the end. The rhino's mad, but nothing smug will send the farthest heart black underground to steam. A life is worshipped, its admiral, sad. A Whig's smiles off when the goblins had left. The world dancing, 20 spaces reft. This ship ain't branching to stop for the bad. Late are the clothes on, the French bread, hark. The stupid demand a vocal fire, the lark. Angel Lisbeth with me. 8. I dream of the rainbow, its beautiful lurk. In my finale of sleeping off yesterday's wine. The fruit of my sup, grave visions seem fine. From a head of memories free of money or work. Given to the hills, I'll build my answer. And answer shalom and trust the weather. Will master the flowers, the weeds, life, heather. All clear or romantic, my secret self-dancer. Speeding with love, the world's own sky. Will pin the west, and watch from space. The heavenly aurora, eternal lawyers in a race. For some fishy, lost school gleam up high. The beauty, Ariel's sunken matter banality. Is finding whose ships have feud with reality. Angel Kabbalah with me. 9. Agamemnon's answer, a powerful walk. Runner in place, a life of bawling. Agamemnon's bones, a man's letters falling. Farewell ratios, too early for a talk. The arc of freedom, dig and pull. The holy thisness, bend a kingdom's wool. An elegant pull off of the white jonquil. A number of platonists destroy a net's full. Interpret waving for frothy freedom. Creepy froth, remember all the fools. The dim comic whose last power rules. The horny mountain, the trucker wholesome. An anonymous sight, the rain, the hall. A storm of kindness, blue, the kingfisher, all. Angel Teresa with me. 10. Rain time, a heavenly fee. Make it to the hills, you prevalent powers. For a happy woman, shine jonquil flowers. Wood beings, the freedom and the sea. Free to interpret a pretty underground. Diamond, award, journey to the farms. Beam a danger, that coming rhino harms. My way through its kingdom, many teach sound. But many, for a poet's milk, play 21. The dealer reigns the meaning not relinquished of yet. Methinketh what I mean, poor of space, I let go the trees' debts, their fallings, sell none. Those hated years at the gargoyle's palace. My diamond, award, or bread announced by Alice. Angel Bertha with me. 11. The raining locks down with reasons to love. Its freedom wandering throughout the air. Pleases to clear but hardly stalls its care. That care for raining bending all to prove. In arguments it lurks the now. Crushing freedom to steal upon the blue. So I see hearted, of a lawyer's hue. Separate rainbow, find white somehow. Where nothing else grows but a sleep which knows. In warm happiness a courtroom of bloom. I celebrate poems, work, diamond to groom. The used machine for fishy answers, those. Forgive the kingdom, these 7 seas, death. The desire of birds, reach a deal with Lethe. Angel Donna with me. 12. Quick as weather, Achilles, Achilles. First a sunny dominant, hear the win. Then going towards raining, wandering thin. He lives strong upon the field's curtained breeze. Once his own healing breath lights for a friend. A few yesterdays ago, certain years, which, when lost on mountains, weigh his fears. The stolen Monday, back, a fool's prize end. A few, a couple, American seas, whose divine colors have romantic hue. A name for breakers, moon, bunny boo boo. Saves weeping, hag rising like Achilles, who ain't grey, and neither is Angel Matt. His palace, everything, ill, no care, that. Angel Lisbeth with me. 13. This flat threshold of the water's own drum answers for a space upon my dream walk. Bends visions, periods, matters for chalk. Waving by happiness, the dry take some off a healthy blue flung circular form. A few trees and the wholesome of a book. Jealous money the eternal school took. The free weather has its own stolen storm. Upon fools' missions, the falsehood of gold. The year's divinity to miss a pipe. The man, bunny boo boo, his soul left ripe for a rum flow, stolen readings of old. Freedom, missy, fiddles with its own hinge. Breaks up our rant by its thrice lovely tinge. Angel Kelly with me. 14. Lies another freedom, saving the form. At the memory's own end, the doll's mess. A helping light uses its reach to guess some priestly club for a Cupid's key storm. A matter of gratitude, empty rain. Sunny and silver, pregnant are those trees that pull farthest in a silent mind's breeze. The voice of a name, a white diamond plain. Pairs, animals, sound collects a dancer. The palace of nonsense, journeys the screen. To influence the world, morning's wealth, lean. Whose teachings ain't terrible to answer. Rivers, paradise, finger one above. From a pumpkin paste molded into love. Angel honey with me. 15. Chrysanthemums lurk in this hued weather. Telling, period, prevalent answers. In the thick storms raining lurk the dancers. Visionary gloom, the day, sleeps heather. What every death brings farthest underground. A sore kingdom, either honored or not. Saw individual readings, chills sought. Brushing there was yield of some seashore found. The lady's meaning, being romantic. Rivals space every solar system one. Harbors for glory, tames her job for fun. The deed of the banal raintop's antic. I've known this anonymous moon, my cat. And yet the old oxen ain't lost in that. Angel Amy with me. 16. The little horses, and one grey eagle. The king of the blooming of a few skies. Go wild, paradise, happy circled, cries. The weeps wyclept, pipes song to inveigle. Its spear through space, that momentary take. Your first hurt is your last collected rant. Imagination's war, ain't perfect chant. Not for flesh going on, the fruit you shake. Your genius, my genius, money and love. Those later farthings and some gentle soup. Or a dry noontime, or sisters no, loop. Though her music, wine, names the ball above. The life of her doll, the thought of meeting. Vocal goblins wander, building, eating. Angel grouchy with me. 17. The speeding morning of the lower day. Its play for colors, a heavenly find. Lasting with questions from a secret mind. It's a thing, power, the coming earth ray. There are peaceful boys, and they mind that prize. They have books, eagles of the mountain pass. Potentially clear, the golden point has. Flowers always spear thin for their surprise. Chrysanthemums. Nonsense. Beauties in bouts. On this Jewish road with the infinite. March palace, build Korwana, for in it. Prevalent complexity, names camp doubts. An admiral tells us our toilets storm seek. Shadows matter imagined, romantic. Angel honey with me. 18. At the moonshine scene imagined as fine. Speeding the finding, missions in a life. A main victory, admiral's stage wife. Individually to choose the divine. Birds of a kingdom norward of space. Eternal ducking badly to feud. Brushing your father's answer, wacko, rude. Practical pleasure, the genius spring place. Truths of fallings roped up together. Define a rain that a mountain collects. Sets happiness, interprets poem rejects. Reads banal the lost buttered weather. Celebrates apples, either daffodil. Proves I'm lost, these vocabularies wool. Angel Yaffa with me. 19. An eternal world or great amounts of cash. The farthest of points worshipped by some love. A pad of light takes the world above. The main happiness reigns the pleasures dash. The great expanding events of happiness. Virtues of a poem, they are free to storm. Thereabouts powers yonder good form. Kindness wandering the whole answer is. People in the night building up power. The hopeful children waving the ages. An old man's teachings leave heirs in rages. The kingdoms reigning, the dead fun shower. Ain't it paradise? Heavens 14. No new arguments go to question their clean. Angel aura Tiferet heart with me. 20. When after it leaves and grows to a dusk. On the farthest field, bright aren't the hilltops. Wholesomeness is wrought, freedom up and stops. All brilliance is back, locks glory, its tusk. Wander from glory, silly when weakest. Clean up a matter of your grey sayings. Write the period, days friendly praying. Words for poetry goblins, wine bleakest. Those ancient parents sport a victory. Giddy as mother, dear are all her friends. Heaven's company, no bothersome glens. Deals out happiness, flings its road story. Read without questions, the power, hope, bold. Crossings weaker yet nothing's difficult. Angel Diana with me. 21. The dear light in the year's air. Tests soar upon the ends of space. Its sunny jacket, in the sunny mist's place. Is certain to clean the romantic road there. Matter and space and a secret pour. Raining on the poet who's happy to write. Who bends to hear the eagle's name in flight. That's nothing to a child, old river to soar. Above the mind's ado, a kindness to know. The hug is clear, no fears to bathe. A few hundred to leave for life, I gave. Them for a healthy madness to sit in spite no more. An awesome period to read, teenager, for roses. Halaked him the world for being's noses. Angel Diana with me. 22. Gold is the cost, it is bad without Eros. If the palace is from a glory, and the wine from Agamemnon, then the rain seems clear enough, it is difficult to desire it all gone. Though its surface is at the ends, questions head to bear those. The ladies are to play, Cupid is to take them out. Into the jib is the storm, it is with pale ice. Its song is on the ground, and chanted is of that space nice. Which is in the secret moonshine, its sick is of the mount no doubt. Where a deed is in my wandering, whose role is to lamp. It is as romantic as glassy, 20 are the trees beyond. Their poem is to the children, which some foul are great and fond. They are into its vocal messages, one is made to stamp. Old is the mouth, for when closed, it is spring. Which is farther to weather in its crookedly stupid ring. Angel grouchy with me. 23. The rant was a free one, boxing the night. deceiving the ground, its flow being high. Whose fires are long, and saddened by the sky. Secreting time, of a fear to write. A splendor is the weather, silencing from the rays. Dealing the stage where birds are celebrated. Smug are the Davarim, the rant is joined and stated. Barbarians are people teaching heavenly ways. Emerson was vocal, wandering the roots. Beating the bugle call, farthest are the fees. The way is to the bird, dog wanderer of the breeze. The climate aura, the celebrated bird lutes. And I'm jealous inside the sink. The farther thins, the secret was for the power to think. Angel Thrickbot with me. 24. These readings are my care, are twice a sight. For education is for the head, but sleep is the fee. Revealing banality, as a candle, as a world to see. This is the birth of the rainbow in the kingdom's yonder light. Sending the answer, it is of its kingdom's end. The years are diviner, love is their fruit. Its fire seems alive on Monday's thither route. Silver is the ray for which Dox's snakes bend. The shore becomes alive, the palace was the fairy tale. Its music was mild, lawyers were in its prance. Free is the daffodil, celebrates kindness in its dance. And I'm giddy at my piano, crying for trust, I rail. That my babe becomes reasonable. The kingfisher rants. Of its adventure thereabouts, falsely separated from pants. Angel Tob Schwieb with me. 25. It is perfectly worn. That shine is of the fire. Not a dealer's deal, but it is smug as a song. In the sleepy moonshine. My prior stupidity, wrong. The fine blackness, not to waste the golden lyre. A kingdom is to chant, endlessly it is blue. It was soupy at home, and at these grassy flowers. As the rains were the clues, sped in their powers. The sun seems happy to change life's new. Where friends were reigning, their periods were sirens. In a poet's own words, we technically are friends. Our way of disagreements fructify our mission's ends. No more separated by God, silent, our wandering why thence. Like that weary duck by whom Achilles had his splits. Justice is on the bus where an opposite teaching fits. Angel Thrickbot with me. 26. For the goblins later play the delight. Father's own voices, love in a concert hall. In romantic books mine, shorter notes all. And paradise's beauty too, the coming land light. This body of day, of its soupy flow, is king of the day, stolen on stage. Space is for kindness, the truth or a rage. Creepy sleepy weather is bawling to know. The wisdom charged by the anonymous ground. Lost in the flow again, in heavenly smug. Poems riches be dry, Bloody Mary's mug. Dry as guitars, the skybookers sound. Revealed to the owl, tulips off the door sending. Electrical spaces are foolish for the ending. Angel Shay with me. 27. Downwritten everything in charity's grey. Lawyers and books of, the eyes of the meeting. Spears of the eagles, ghostly, free greeting. A farewell of vessels, swan song hey in the way. That river serene shows the world wide. March of the angel and ache of the wind. In ebony used, the weather blasts thinned. The light must be hurting to flame a land wide. Happy to take it, the lurk of the birds. As banished as beings banished by rainbows. Another secret prostrate in its exile knows. Minding a few reasons, befitting the words. In nonsense revenge, its mystic prevailed. The life of the sister right for money's unveiled. Angel Ariel with me. 28. Endlessly teaching everything clean. Heavily drained, a mind against wrong. To spiritual wrong, the poem taking some. A fire in the music, thereabouts green. Ain't it the green, to weep at the flowers. Honor the water, later luck might. In heavenly quick have something to write. To weep at the kindness, so dull of powers. To care for the wind, wanting to mold. It ain't white again, the land of the glory. Years of the children, home child and story. The care for all meeting, but white ain't as gold. Beings of banishment visit prison up high. Paradise the people, the thermometer, sky. Angel Ariel with me. 29. Nearly an answer to my heavenly prayer. The mystically hued dog is under the rainbow. One iota ain't raining in its flow. Smug is the sight to hark entire such care. Head for the world and groom our red. Jazzy hearts in patient recollections. Our readings, hacked by the king's heart's rejections. Poor with a marginal gleam, dead. Yeah, there is some space, a young power. To walk the chill of Bridget's storm. To pray for one prerequisite fee, and fawn. A mountain of your years in its dry present shower. And swan song the glen a space for death's words. The fiddler, the dealer at war with the birds. Angel Bertha with me. 30. The standing illness almost of months dead. A smug weather, the weather's song. A story in the music, the storm stain wrong. A music of life, whose potential vanity to lead. A raining, which was first, a raining of hope. Then a stage of white in a romantic march. A romantic admiral coming mystical to arch. Here the spinning forever and rum to cope. And Chardonnay lurks and a morning of friends. Dancing, kissing, or in questions sleeping. Over a fool's wall, the shape of a gargoyle leaping. Told of our fears, a weakness for wine, bends. Gives a meaning to a Yankee worldwide. And a healthy corn, the mother, a lady, tried. Angel Donna with me. 31. I discover the bloom in the dead air. And I like its ascension into my musical blood. To help my pain, my plain ambitions flood. Over time's shore and end its interrogation there. Penelope is breathing her ancient attitudes. A typical romantic to mark no priest. As Emerson's group is a fun group appeased. To tax no child, and speak for that which broods. A hope to uphold, of course, the guitar. One hermit and the all with authority. To grant no visitors, only sufficient readings pretty. To apprehend their carvings under a grey dog star. The mineral draught, its seconds at sea. A blockhead shaking it looks skillfully. Angel Yaffa with me. 32. Again for the parents to encounter God. To deny the storm, to reach no war. But a watchful sky, the harsh flood no more. And a grassy sign, never an inky fire odd. The all-stalwart meaning of doubt. Indubitable Mars, with Machiavellian pitch. Will wave the witness, genuine Benji, and itch. To avenge the ugliness in a rare spirit's bout. I regard the dealer as a flame solicitor. Since jealousy is corruption, and the advantage leaves. For which some fun fortune teller, seizing visitors, grieves. To declare who is dear when the rains on stones pour. Dependent on a camel, the compass is behind. Influencing the garden. Notice the prayer unwind. Angel Teresa with me. 33. Curved is the flow where a trouble is with time. I'm a sleepy creature in a candlelight bath. Now with low eyelashes that the banal pasteth. Which hindered my wealth, on its all-purchased climb. An excellent wandering with my sorry nose. After breaking everything like an inferior mist. Which waving by has left, its part religious gist. Seems separated from the vulgar, direct to God from those. The sign of the truth, a terrible play. Its old trash and foolish circle. Hindered in the throat of a dirty fooled seagull. Is a charitable bother to surface from the majesty of day. Calling it necessary, a number of readings. Do withdraw your name to clip a tree in the weedings. Angel Bertha with me. 34. The mind waxes like a loved moonshine. Advances, farewell, above earthly regions. For what is there to ask? A soothing wind's legions. And to judge the complexity of some shabby wine. Those perfections of parents are quick to lurk. To build it big, hold a bambino, all. What occurs here, a complete airball. Over proper rocks, teaches hymns to work. Surpass your roots, and mystical humanity will split the curve beforehand coming. Before your father to give a quantity of humming. Your delightful turn repels barbarians by your sanity. Your knack for bathing is not disposed by fire. A door to a cloud opens, a diamond boons entire. Angel Shay with me. 35. A child builds with a heavy beam. Her childlike phrases, "Ah, so great." The silence was fishy but wise words of late. And their high road to cautious skies seem to bless its visitors who, heavenly deprived, now sharply stare at those blurring billows of a permanent kingdom pleasantly enwrapped in pillows. Before a wrong-headed fight, all gained, had jived. A kind rose puffs up, and the men and women halt for rum, and reject the fire. Dante imposes upon them, a little surge higher. Doubles everything as family kisses then. But I'm mourning the kindness proclaimed away by that magical priest, of the individual ecstasy of day. Angel Jaffa with me. 36. Horses in view through the blackness walk. And they dump their company in a stupid swish. And put the time for the bones of time we all wish. In the fall time born, time for study or talk. To bode the storm, its slapping and knock. Its giant time, its air crafting by. The colors of its eyes, and the reining up high. What nature gives, its gentle colors sock. The falcon in the air, the rainbow in the wind. At death's edge to tell me what is useless. A musical failure, which a soul's job will caress. To magnify the now, and the heart's defects to find. In luxurious paradise a volume lurks. My face in its book, mistaking a prayer for work. Angel Marian with me. Abraham's Wandering. Section 1. Night's capacity to jump into the stars. Building destiny in the limit of its own time. Enclosing time itself. Tests no more its flight. Breaks to please. In a quick break. To pause from raining. And it is absent now in the sky, someplace else dallying. With mild tears. Which relinquish the force of its kind billows. Daring thereabouts. To open their sound. To weep at some point. Sad for the hated money of the shine after the dusk. Its eternally savage whine takes up our excitement as a fragile flower, or as the questions from which I restrain, relinquishing long those influences. When the freedom comes and sounds its pound against the door, there is time for a trifling weather, its naturally liked structure, its own heroic fight to be alive, and flourish as readings sometimes do. For space after those terrible horns, those which cannot bear any fairy's happiness. Who nurtures more fun? Dancing among the leaves on a branch, not slacking underground, not lurking, nor struggling with a crooked buckle, to spread open the vast door of the dream house. There's nothing on top, where the wind is spinning, to give it use, as a free show, to alert the singers, to grow up, oh boy. Angel Amy with me. 2. Boundless are the questions, the thoughts to cover them up, that long goodness of the realities of our worldly idleness, combinations of that taking us up and over, by one's own slacking business. The purpose of her spirit. The way is of the grey waves, bursting their sounds, as if by some mild reconciliation, to spear to us like when dear sentences, snowy bundles of them, fight against becoming ashes, like a weathered tree. Her stylish eyelashes do more than all of that to build up a privacy between us. Angel Amy with me. 3. The lull of the wind had once a peaceful whine, now changes thereabouts the sun, calling the breakers quicker to the boundless countryside. They are too intelligent to be still at sea. It is time now for their voice. They have their heavy 100 deals, working farther their genius, for a free and humble weather, but rushing not to disaster, nor in a poor delude. They have won the foresight instead. A farewell to this weather due. Forward reading, not now breaking into discord, like the mountain geese. The heavy day uprising is dear as that lady over there, who imagines the meaning of its play. When time mounts skyward, I miss the crowning of that time, where I recollect that Monday has dispersed its business again with a moon. As I separate my songs now into tales, Angel Lisbeth with me. 4. Challenging is the rainbow. It pins up to the morning, and over the grey forest. Graceful is its beauty. I did not miss its message. Nay, I see it to look there frolicsome, much a master of its space, at the end of it sometimes, staging up the earth, seeming to swear that it itself is perfect, waving all other knowledge by. In the whole of the morning, I measure again a book, my own gentle space for it and its better purpose, to shatter any proof against it, respecting its words. Oh, bunny boo boo, how to rest, like the sleepy wench? How can one separate from the presence of the hated embassy of tilted weeds, short building for their own sweet sleep with me? A woeful company of birds are groaning. The spring moon, its heavenly favors. The truth is its own priest. Angel Thrickbot with me. 5. I roar when I see it. That gentle and not forgotten goodness. Seeing that paradise has its own freedom, in rainbow visitation, pulling off the convincing spirit. Angel Amy with me. 6. Are the ears of parents imperfect to a poet's tokens? I could be small to my parents, yet my belly ball is foolishly free with my oaths. Ain't it the words demanded, which fling out some worthy interpretations into their courteous hands, with ever smaller notes, to wander into richer lines, teaching me tonight a game with the people, which my worse wit will take excuse as the birds do, instead of fighting them. That machine is full for her and his faces, which dries their hair in a salty cloudy poem. One sea-water heaven, its smiling rays, for some beautiful, beautiful chance, searching to affect them by song, by its fair and fit readings. Angel Donna with me. 7. How silent it turns upon the pure answer of the poet's oath. Its freedom now plays upon those who come to read. I'm innocent of the blue bend. Teach me to look above for it. This doing would be done with the uttermost passion, at which I would stand up to understand the words, which seem they could clear the dusk away, before I plunge into sleep. Or if I am free to read by the fire, my shoes are no more in their banal haste to lurk for bread. Perhaps I missed the relinquishment from the marginal tale, which sunk into my simple eye. A fee, a miserable fee, A fee to be denied when I am sore enough. Being that I am so sensitive to death's rudeness, which is final to my broken heart. Can they be any whiter hued? I hand out the flowers. A visitor's advantage is the wide acquaintance. To spy on the birds, but the chrysanthemums, and everything but you separates from my heart. Angel Elaine with me. 8. I blame the storm for the perfect slush. A general weeping of the shadows place, where clouds correlate against the syndromes of the sun. Bending down to its throne, they carry conditions. But the rain is on your cheek, because you lost the prize. A shadow's motion, in bad form. The season is of power again, the ways of barbarians, and your answer to their rage. It is therefore that rain happens. Picture the hills in a better dress, yet remove the pain, and yet surrender to the field. It used to be flat, opening to the bright. The passage of the weather's mean production waves its system by. Wisdom is in control of a kind tale, the age's celebrity, and a sensitive fool for its television all, cloaked in the flight to a better development. Its widest history and the longest song are both at the water's margin. A healthy fluid providing feast to hope's conclusion. A fair turn and then forward to fling down, to touch the water, to be put to the origin of that wonderful period. It is in your stormy education, studious angel, contributing to its fury. Angel Donna with me. 9. Better leap over it. The comprehensive nothingness, where shadows rule. On some secret stage selfishly soar. Night's art is not the industrial art of a romantic day with its own horny extensions. Rise leadership. Remember the bogey of the construction of the space, to transport yourself through the all. In command for a time, twice charged by a written attack. Angel Kelly with me. 10. Barbarians force me to reject their opinions. I use my pass, expressing on the pipe a fond sigh, for enough has been captured of time's backbiting to shake the source of any marginal doubt. Angel Kelly with me. 11. Slow down your voice when you are caught by an angel. Project that arrangement at the origin of the stars. Nothing is in this category which is not endlessly charming. Point at the rainbow, and the going through of its birth. Running through the weather. Behold its rhythm, which conducts the ships below it, and those birds it charms. Too mild to be her enemy is the repose of Ariel. Her reward has been from her method, and her viewpoints reign. And being a weather fairy, she has methods to feud with others, or any goblin's mouth, which separates into panic at the news of the death of the withering lode of the grotto by the water, and its root channels. Now she is up and must clear the cups, that she may magnify that shield away of the plain sisters. Her ancient agent is much the cause of our happiness. Angel Aura Tiferitat with me. 12. Silver-tongued island scallops are taken by the island, and I am taken in their own bath, as the water rolls under back. Angel Kelly with me. 13. Slow to their height. The hills lengthen out. It is hard to cancel their dream gleam. I am free to breathe from the weight of my being, like those breakers out ahead, squeezing the water out. Now clean, dumped in a stream. I use their spread to return my answer. The weathercock spins in the midday flow. Before the twilight weather, the arrow's spot will stare at the moon, tight in its carriage. Yesterday went by as smoothly. Farther out on the calendar, a few peaches will come in dirty. Those which have survived the rain. As at a secret, a person weeps at this film. The sounds are of the dawn in its silver flames. Angel honey with me. 14. The weather is done. But what's the use of parting, if you're not sorry to separate from your icy words? Once of the garlands of space, I have visited the flow. And as a man can dream, still this is the sad part. I have fished out enough for now. I am sure every king craves to keep reaching, to live in the world, for the meanings of its colors. It is a bright place, or sometimes it seems even a fair paradise. Even when I am lead into the weeds, in a rush to enjoy you, my heart's gift. Now that my house is silent, I have taken to my bed, charging to the unknown, still in my great flight. This whole morning, thereabouts was loud, but do not deny the child any increase of its heart in the body's slack, its old gift. Before I go to my grave, you brighten up my distance there. Angel Marian with me. 15. Today's the answer to my broken hue, which would be peaceful, want, I'll have that too. I want to be like rocks, which could be friends. They share a wealth drawn from these hillsides bends. In companies they live and gathered sit, in peace to aid the place where they all fit, to be that revelation in their sum. I would also, to make a mountain, come to friendship with the rocks, the earth, the trees. But underground, its kingdom, without breeze. I'd like myself avoidance with it now, and stay above and love all things as thou. Today, with more than I could worsten for. In colors companies, the world's a store. Angel Jaffa with me. 16. I'm not a revolutionary pop. If there's a poverty in science, stop. If you're the shaking cause of heaven bright, and all the wideness of its blooming light, and all the world that gives to us events. If everything's by you, not by your gents and ladies, what are people doing then? And what is evil? Is it from your pen? Or does an evil branch off far because of those who aren't with you, they are the cause? And can you think that you can, with gifts, give another stage like yours, where they may live and build in perfect time by timing all? They do as well to be the cause, not fall. Angel Jaffa with me. 17. An avenue has separated roads within the older town to free our loads. The blaze, as if a mind could even blind, upon the air, the sun above us shined. A cloudy weather in the damp of dawn, and not so busy station's quiet lawn. A calm day slowly comes up to the hill. The trees are farthest off, the birds are shrill. The happy frog who houses by the pool is resting now, the death-like night was cool. The birds are off the grass and in the sky. They make formation yet when they are high. The bookstores close their lively painted doors. Until another day, the rainstorm pours. Angel Diana with me. 18. Like Lisbeth 7 I will make this flow. It's a tune on YouTube as you know. But what is like it, Billy McBride's own comfortable music with such strides, that in this falling sonnet one might tell of it and what it does as in a spell, which aids the finding of this free-form song, that everyone could know it all along, and rock it, which for jazz fans won't be hard. But it is more than jazz, therefore this card should make some sense once if you're new to it. That Lisbeth 7 is, I trust, a fit for days to celebrate as Billy's best. Or if you haven't heard it, give it test. Angel Honey with me. Finus.